Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. Sunil here. Can you hear me? Please confirm in the chat box. Thank you very much. Yes. Thank you for your responses. Let's stop the chat so that we can focus on the today's session. Last 2 days, we are spending time understanding the concept of S3 and the features of S3. I hope you know about the importance of S3 and what exactly S3 does. S3 is an object storage which helps the clients to store their objects. Okay. So we already have discussed about some features of S3. So before getting into the practicals of today's session, so let's have an interaction this time with Durga Koduru.
Hey Sunil, good morning. I hope you're well.
I'm well, Durga. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. I'm taking these sessions as a refresh session. I was in your sessions earlier.
Okay.
Thanks once again.
Okay.
Question, Sunil. The instances we usually launch are the on-demanded instances. So, is there any difference
with respect to the normal EC2 instances and non-demand instances?
Non-demanded, that's correct. If instances get there was a concept where we discussed initially that if an instance is this one, just a second. The status check, regarding the status check. Regarding the status check, I know, especially for the government agencies, they want to separate their in hardware instances compared to the public and the normal places, because that's what the Azure does it, if I'm not wrong.
No, please repeat. In case of government organizations.
Government organizations, would AWS has a separate section to host the government organization?
Okay. I have lost your voice, Durga.
Is there any section where the AWS can approve the government agencies on a separate basis, similar to how
yes. So what the account what you're talking about for respect to government and non-profit organizations is different, Durga. Okay. The account what we have created is different. Okay. So you need to say, we need to send an email to AWS saying that we are a government organization. So we will be giving us a different infrastructure, which is 80% similar to whatever we are using with some changes, Durga. Okay. Point number one. Second point, with respect to differences with respect to on-demand instances, with respect to the instances which we are creating, on-demand instances are 75% cheaper than the instances which we are currently using, Durga. Okay. On-demand instances are very, very cheaper to the instances whichever we are currently regularly doing it when you're creating instances. These instances are not on-demand instances. On-demand instances are 75% cheaper than the infrastructure which we are creating. The advantage, the disadvantage of on-demand instances is in case if AWS finds scarcity with respect to the hardware, okay, because of high surge in the new customers. Durga, I hope you're understanding. Without the client notice, without the user notice, the instances will be removed. Okay. That's so on-demand instances are generally used for ad hoc purpose. Okay, if a client wants to have some testing infrastructure for a period of 10-15 days, rather than going for regular instances, they go for on-demand instances for some research and developmental activities before actually going to the new instances. Okay.
Sunil, another question, if you don't mind.
Yep.
Is there any possibilities can one of our projects shows us the integration between the on-premises service and the cloud service, like how we does the IaaS and SaaS and PaaS?
Okay. Now, generally you're referring to migration, integration between on-premises to cloud. Scope is generally for migrating when a client wants to migrate their on-premises infrastructure to cloud. Am I right? You're pointing to that.
I mean hybrid.
When clients have infrastructure both in on-premises as well as AWS, in case if you want communication. So when the scope of the project is related to that particular title, definitely it will be focused, Durga. Okay.
Thanks, Sunil.
Anything more, Durga?
Thank you so far. I'm good. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Surajit Das. Surajit, we cannot hear you.
Hi,
Oh,
Sunil.
yeah, we can hear you now.
Sunil, there's a quick question. I just want to know when an on-premises server user get an EC2 instance or workspace, how do he connects to that network in the workspace?
No, no, no,
See,
no, 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 no. The approach in which your question is asking,
did
it's actually not this,
you get my
not the reality. The end users who are working with on-premises, okay, Surajit, let's say a user is connected to a particular application which is running on on-premises, okay.
yeah?
Your question is when that particular user will be moved to the cloud for accessing the application, isn't it?
Mhm.
Generally, on-premises infrastructure
No,
applications.
no.
Your voice is not clear.
Actually, my question is, Sunil. Hello.
Yes, your question, please.
Hello. Yeah, actually, the thing is that see, some users are there in a tenant which are using local machines,
A
right?
user, you
And
when you
they
say
connected
user,
to a
you're talking
particular
about end
network,
user,
say
right, Surajit?
Cisco network. Cisco end user, correct? Yeah, end
Okay,
user.
end user is
So
using
the
an
end user is
application which is
using the
hosted on
local machines,
on-premises.
and they are connected to on premises, and they are connected to a say, Cisco domain.
Okay.
Cisco domain PC is a virtual machine, and they're working from a say another
Your voice is
area.
not clear. I am
And
unable
when
to
they
hear you
log into the
clearly.
virtual machine, okay,
Please repeat one
I'm
more
trying my
time
best.
at a
So
lower
the thing is
pace.
that if they are actually the thing is that if they get a workspace, say an AWS instance, so I see that they are working on the AWS instance is connected
No, I
to
am
the same
unable to
network.
understand your
So
question. Please
how
reframe the
this
question.
happens? Actually, the thing is that say a user in a company and
1
is
minute,
under
please
the
be on.
Cisco.
Please be online. Please be online. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. This is on premises. Okay.
Yeah.
The client is also having infrastructure on AWS cloud.
Yeah. He has another PC infrastructure cloud. Correct.
So this is called hybrid infrastructure. Yes. Now you're talking about end user. Okay.
Yeah.
Accessing an application which is
Not
hosted on.
application. He has a desktop on AWS. Means he has an
1
instance
minute. 1
in
minute.
AWS, but that network is connected to say Cisco network.
Sorry, repeat your
How
question.
does he connect? So the EC2 instance is connected to Cisco network.
EC2 instance is connected to Cisco network. I
How
have
does
never
it
seen,
get
no, 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 I
configured?
have ever seen any EC2 machine connected to Cisco network. What does that mean?
That means that the EC2 instance is connected to that domain, Cisco domain. I'm telling. Is connected to Cisco
Okay, no,
domain,
no, no. You're talking
you
about
can
hosting the
access the
applications, right?
network drive. Yeah, you can access network drive from that EC2 instance with network drives which are on premises servers.
Have you seen any such kind of use case practically?
Yeah, I see in my company itself. I'm not sure how it is. I thought it is site to site VPN. Means they're from EC2 instance, they can access network drive which are on premises.
That means what they are doing is the client is having their own VPN. Okay, agree?
Yeah.
Organization is
Yeah.
having their own VPN. Okay,
Correct.
VPN to VPN peering. Okay, you're talking about
Mhm.
VPN to VPN peering. You're talking about communication between the networks. Agree?
Mm.
Am I right?
Yes.
You're referring to that.
But
That
it
can.
doesn't connect to VPN inside the AWS
I understand.
instance.
This is related to VPN peering. Okay. So
Okay.
even I have never seen how exactly VPN peering happens, but it can happen. Even I'm never not exposed to that scenario.
That was I was curious how it gets connected.
Okay. It is on the professional level. There's a separate session called VPS pairing where you will understand how exactly on-premises VPNs can be integrated to AWS custom VPNs. You'll have better knowledge, Surajit, when we learn about an VPN concept, Surajit. In the coming classes,
Okay, thank
we
you.
have a VPN, virtual private network, where we have defined our own network. Probably in that point of time, we will be discussing the components called as internet gateways, route tables, okay, NAT gateways, and then Bastion servers, so and then NACL. So once we cover that, you'll have a better understanding how exactly network communication happens. Okay, clear, Sujit?
One more. One more question is there.
Yep.
One more question. As we do scaling, so we actually we scale. Say I have kept five machines at hold, correct? So it can as per demand it will take the 5 machines, right? So
Okay.
the PCs which are in hold, does it
Hold in the sense?
does it get built?
No, what do you mean by hold?
Means say we for scaling. Means for scaling, we say 1 to 4 PCs are their limit for
Okay,
scaling machines.
you're mentioning that the minimum number of instances as 4.
The minimum number is 2 machines, but
Okay.
it can scale up to 10 machines.
Maximum number of maximum limit you have
so
mentioned
8
it as 10.
machines 10, yeah. So 8 machines are not used in this month, but we have mentioned to 10 machines, right? So
Yeah.
are we getting billed for the 8
No,
machines?
no, you will not be built.
We're
Machines
getting
will be
billed, right?
built, or machine builds build only when the new infrastructure gets created, when the third machine gets created. At that point of time, only the billing starts. And when the third machine gets created, when the traffic increases dynamically, agree? So when the machine is created, then only you will be charged for it, not for the limit you have mentioned. Okay.
And when so it will get terminated once the
When the traffic
means,
reduces, automatically
traffic
the
get
machines
less,
will
it
be
will get
terminated.
right?
Yeah, you are right.
Okay,
We have seen it, right? When we
Thank
have created 2 alarms, one alarm for
Yeah, I
increasing the
think
number
I
of
was
machines.
just
Okay.
I was just in confusion that
Okay.
it will get built or not.
Okay. So you know AWS is the first time you're learning, Surjit.
Actually, I have learned a few things from the Google actually. So I'm not much professional on this.
Okay.
I'm learning now from your classes.
So are you learning something new in every day?
Yeah, I'm learning deep from your classes. It is providing much help.
Thank you. Let's move on. The points to be discussed in today's class, we have completed tags and metadata. We have to discuss about access control list. We have to discuss about bucket policies. We have to discuss about lifecycle management. So these are the 3 pending topics to be discussed in today's session. So let's go ahead and understand the concept of access control list. Okay. Let's log into S3 service and let's go ahead and create a bucket first. Yesterday, because of network failure, the scheduled DevOps plans has been postponed to today. Just for your information. Services under storage S3. Ignore the existing bucket. I want to start from the scratch. First step, let's create a bucket so that we'll understand the first component of today's class, that is access control list and bucket policies. I want to create a bucket. I want to create a bucket in Mumbai region as usual. Remove the block. Acknowledge. Go ahead and create a bucket. Next. I want to upload an object into the bucket. We already know it. We have done it many times. Let's do that. Okay. I grant public access. I understand the settings and upload. As I have granted public access, we all know how exactly it behaves. Anybody in the world can access the object using the object URL. Let's test it one time. As expected, I am able to access the object. Not only me, anybody in the world using the object URL, anybody in the world can access it. Now the requirement is, I have uploaded an object. I don't want my object to be accessed by all over the world. I want my object to be accessed only to specific one of my friend. I want to share this particular object to only one person or to group of people. Let's say I have 3 to 4 friends. I want to share my object to those 3 to 4 people. So access control list, ACL stands for access control list. As the name suggests, you are controlling the access. Who should able to access the object, who should not able to access the object. All this you can control in access control list. Okay, so I have a PowerPoint, so which helps about understanding more about access control list. Secure your data. Control who should able to access the data, who should not able to access the data using. How can you secure your access? You can secure in 2 ways, by using access control list. The other way of sharing the access is by using bucket policies. Okay, so you can control who should able to access my data, who should not able to access my data. I can provide, it's everything in my control because I am owner of the object. So you can do that by using access control list. Okay, how can we do that? First point, every AWS account will have a canonical ID. Every AWS account will have a canonical ID. Canonical ID is nothing but a account ID. I have an AWS account. I have an account ID. You also have created AWS account, right? You also have an account ID. Where can you see your account ID? Account ID is also called as canonical ID. Where can you see the account ID? When you log into AWS, in the left side, top side, can you see here? You can see the name using which you are logged into AWS. When you click on this, can you see a number here? This is your canonical ID. This is your canonical ID. In simple words, this is your account ID. Every account will be identified uniquely with a number that's called as a canonical ID or an account ID. I have an account ID. Similarly, you are also having an account ID. You have a different account ID. Obviously, every account will have a unique number. Got it? Now, for example, Durga, I want to share the AWS image which I have uploaded only to you. Okay, so I will get your canonical ID. I'll ask your canonical ID. Let's say you have a unique canonical ID. So what I'll do here, I go to bucket level. I'm going to bucket level, go to permissions. Access control list, edit, add grantee, because I want to give the permission to a particular account. I add a grantee and I provide the account ID. Let's say I want to add grantee to Durga Koduru, so I will be taking Durga Konduru, so I'll be taking his canonical ID and I provide this canonical ID and I provide them. He should able to read the objects, he should able to write the objects, he should able to list the objects, and I click on add grantee and I save it. That means this I am providing at what level? This particular grantee I am providing at what level? I am providing at entire bucket level. As I'm providing at the bucket level, if there are 10 objects uploaded in the bucket, so that particular account ID will have access to all the 10 objects. So access control list, using which you can provide access to your bucket to specific individual person also, not limited to public. You can also do it to individual persons. Got it? So that's called as an access control list. And access control list can be done at 2 levels. You can provide access to your objects at 2 levels. One is at bucket level, the other one is at object level. Right now, what I am showing you as a bucket level, I am selecting the bucket. At the bucket level, I am providing the access to a specific account ID. Here I provide account ID. So whoever I'm providing the account ID, that particular account holder will have access to all the objects which are there in this particular bucket. So this is how you can provide access to your bucket, access at your bucket level. Let's say you don't want to have access, you don't want to give access to the entire bucket, you want to give access to a specific object. You can do it at object level also. How can you provide access to an object level? Select the object. This is the object. Select this particular AWS image object. Go to permissions. In the permissions, you can see access control list. This is first this particular object only. Go to edit. Add grantee. I'll provide a AWS account to whoever I want to share it, and I click on add grantee. That means only this particular object he'll have access, not to the entire bucket. So access control list. Using ACL, access control list, you are defining who should able to access my objects, who should not able to access that object. Access control list can be provided in how many levels? You're right. Access control list is provided in how many levels? 2 levels. The first level is what level? The bucket level. The second level is what? Object level. If you provide access control list to bucket level, if there are 10 objects in the bucket, all the 10 objects, they will have access. Whoever you have provided a canonical ID, that person will have access. Let's say you don't want to have provide access to entire bucket, you want to have access to specific object. Select that particular object, go to permissions tab. I provide the same canonical ID. You can provide the access to that particular object. Clear? So like this, you can have provide access to your objects using the access control list in 2 levels. One is at bucket level, the other one is at object level. Okay, that is about access control list. Next, bucket policy. In the interview, they'll ask you in how many ways you can provide access to your objects to other users. In how many ways you can provide access to your buckets or to your objects to other users. In 2 ways you can provide it. In 2 ways. One is by access control list, which we have just discussed. The other way is bucket policy. Using bucket policy, you can also control who should have access to objects of your bucket. Okay, you can do that using bucket policies. Okay, let's learn. The main primary difference between access control list and bucket policy is that in access control list, you can provide access in 2 levels. I already have mentioned it. In access control list, you can provide access to your objects in 2 levels. And is at bucket level, the other one is at object level. Agree? Whereas bucket policy, as the name suggests, bucket policy is only given to bucket level only. It is not given, there's no possibility to provide bucket policy at object level. So only one level, that is at bucket level. Whereas access level, you have an advantage of 2 levels. One is at bucket level. If you want, you can provide a specific object level also. Clear? Yes. So let's learn how can we use bucket policies. Bucket policy can be applied only to the bucket. Bucket policies are applied only to the bucket. It is not applied to objects. Where can we define the bucket policy? Select the bucket. Go to permissions. Here you can write bucket policy. Bucket policies are written in JSON code. Select the bucket policy permission. We can see the bucket policy. Bucket policies are written in JSON code. We have to define the policy using the JSON code. You don't need to worry about it. It's the responsibility of an AWS engineer. Okay, you don't need to worry about the bucket policies. At the professional level, you have to understand how exactly we can. This is an associate level training. In the professional level training, you'll understand how exactly we can write the JSON code and apply the bucket policies. Okay, otherwise you can, if you're not comfortable writing JSON code, you can also use access control list to provide access to your buckets. The point what you need to understand is that in 2 ways, you can share your objects, you can share your bucket to other users. One is by using access control list. One is by using access control list. The second way is by using bucket policy. Access control list advantage is that you can provide it at two levels, both at the bucket level as well as a specific object level. Bucket policy is only for the bucket level, and that too you should write a JSON code. So these are the two different options. These are the two different options using which you can share your objects to other users. Okay, so this is about bucket policies and access control list. Next, life cycle management, very, very important. Let's try to understand what is life cycle management. I think one of the participants asked about this concept of life cycle management. AWS, in AWS S3, you can store object in different classes. Agree? We have discussed about this. Coming to S3 storage, you can store your object in different classes. Agree or not? I think we have already uploaded an object. I already have uploaded an object in this particular bucket. This object is stored in which storage class? This object is in which class? Select the object, you get the information. Can you see we have storage class? It clearly mentioned that this particular object is stored in standard storage class. We already have discussed this point. Standard storage class is the default storage class and the high speed storage class. And now there are different storage classes available. Go to edit. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7 storage classes available. Go through the documentation, you'll have more clear understanding about the storage classes. So the lower the storage class, the less performance it is. The higher the storage class, the top storage class is standard. The higher the storage class, the more performance. Obviously, billing changes from the storage class to storage class. Okay, so where exact? No, what do you mean by life cycle management? Where exactly this concept of life cycle management is used? I already have shown this use case. Clients like businesses like Netflix, Amazon Prime, these kind of OTT platforms, there are many OTT platforms, all these OTT platforms, whatever the object, whatever the movie they are getting, these which is a plain, which is rendering on our televisions and mobiles, actually they are objects. I already have mentioned this. When a particular new movie gets uploaded into Amazon Prime, example, when a latest movie is uploaded into Amazon Prime, when a popular movie gets released in Amazon Prime, in the starting first week or first 1 month, you will have a lot of traffic to that particular object. Do you agree or not? Thousands and lakhs of users tries to access the object, wants to watch the movie over their mobile phones and televisions. In such cases, when there is a lot of traffic, have you seen any time buffering in Amazon Prime? Have you seen any time the movie is getting buffered? No. Any OTT platform, movie will not get buffered, not only in Amazon Prime, any OTT platform. Those kind of objects are stored in a high-speed storage class so that it can cater a number of, it can hold the traffic. It can render in high traffic. The same movie, obviously, after 1 month, the demand reduces. In the first month, you have a lot of viewers. Maybe after 2 months, obviously, the traffic decreases. After 1 year, traffic still more decreases, isn't it? So when the traffic is decreasing, there is no need for maintaining that particular object in a high-speed storage class. It's always better. We should always think from a billing perspective because the clients will always have limited budgets. So we should always give the best features to the client in the minimum budget. When an object is not in demand, when an object is in demand, okay, you can place it in a high-speed storage class. When an object is not in demand, we can move the object from high-speed storage class to low-speed storage class. When the demand reduces, approximately, let's say after 2 months, obviously the demand for that particular object reduces. When the demand for that particular object reduces, it's always recommended to move the objects from the high-speed storage class to low-speed storage class. And this can be done automatically by defining lifecycle management rules. When you define a lifecycle management rules, you clearly define the condition, you define the timelines. First, the object should be stored in high-speed storage class. After 30 days, the object should be moved from high-speed storage class to low-speed storage class. After 60 days, it should move to much more low-speed storage class. Okay. So like this, you can define the rules. When you define the rules, all the objects will apply the rule. All the objects will be automatically moved after 2 months. Automatically, the objects will be moved from the high-speed storage class to low-speed. This kind of rules, you can define it in your buckets. These kind of rules, you can define it in the S3 buckets by using the feature called as lifecycle management. Let's learn how can we do that. I want to create a new bucket. I want to create a new bucket. Bucket name can be anything. Some number. The Mumbai region. I don't want to block it. I acknowledge the settings. I go ahead and create a bucket. Bucket created. Where can I define the lifecycle management rules for this particular bucket? Go to buckets, bucket which you have created. Under management, lifecycle rules, 0. There are no lifecycle rules defined for this particular bucket. You can create a new rule as per your requirements or as per your client requirements. Create a lifecycle rule. I am defining a new lifecycle rule. All the objects will follow this lifecycle. Rule name can be anything. For example, I'm writing it as rule 1. I want to apply this rule to all the objects which are there in the bucket. I acknowledge the settings. Transition. What do you mean by transition? Transition is nothing but movement of objects between the storage class. By default, it starts with standard storage class. You already know it. I want to move to standard 1A from days after object creation. After 30 days, I want to move to standard 1A. So all the objects from the standard storage class will be moved to standard 1A. Add transition. I want my objects to be moved to intelligent tiering after 60 days. And then add transition. I want to move to much more low speed storage class, that is Glacier, after 180 days. You can see the timeline. Day 0, the object gets uploaded. On day 30, the object will be moved to this particular storage class, standard 1A. On day 60, that particular object will move to intelligent tiering, and after 180 days, it will move to Glacier. Create rule. That's it. The rule has been created. Now the objects will follow this particular life cycle. Whenever you upload the objects after 30 days, so automatically the object gets moved to high-speed storage class to low-speed storage class according to the life cycle rule which you have defined. So life cycle is used by most of the clients, especially when there are more number of objects. To avoid the billing, they also define the life cycle rules according to this, so that the low speed traffic or the historical data, automatic historical objects will be moved to low speed storage class to reduce the bill. Clear about this? This is about life cycle management. With this, we have completed all the important features of S3. In case if an interview wants to talk to about S3, there's nothing more to ask. This is purely object storage. They'll ask about all these features. You should be in a position to explain about versioning. You should be in a position to explain about static website hosting. You should be able to explain about transfer acceleration, metadata, tags, access control list, bucket policies, lifecycle management. What else? That's it. There's nothing more to ask about S3. It's purely an object storage. Okay, you can explore more about S3, but these are the features which are more than enough to understand and answer it about S3. Clear about this? Javed Siddiqui.
Good
Hi
morning,
Javed,
Sunil.
how are you doing?
Good, good. How you are?
I'm doing well, Javed. You're from which location?
Basically, I'm Indian, but based in Riyadh.
Currently you're in Riyadh. How do you happen to
Yes.
know about this training?
Actually, I got this WhatsApp message information from one of my friends.
Okay,
He's also part of this training.
very good. So are
So
you joining from the beginning or you have joined somewhere in the middle?
no, I started from beginning.
How is your learning experience in AWS?
It's great. Actually, I'm new, but like it's the way you are giving us training, that's ultimate,
Thank you very
and
much.
it's really
So day
very
by day
useful.
you are gaining knowledge on AWS, isn't it? Probably on,
Exactly.
and still we are in day 11. We have many more days to go. By the time you end the course, you'll have a complete
Yeah.
exposure about how exactly clients will be happy enjoying the features of cloud. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Right.
So that exposure you'll get it by end of the day. May I know your
Yeah.
previous experience?
Actually, I'm working like a storage admin, Unix admin. I have close
Okay.
to 16 years of experience, but
Very
I
vast
don't have,
experience.
I don't have any experience in cloud computing
Cloud.
and all.
You know, Javed, how exactly cloud is revolution now. Okay, many
Yeah,
clients
yeah,
are going to cloud. I hope you have heard about this.
yeah.
It's good
I,
that having AWS in your profile will add value. Javed.
exactly. Actually, my question is like, it's non-technical, it's not technical.
Yes, tell me.
Basically, we have using Azure in our company
Okay.
for DR purpose.
Okay.
So my question is like, as of now, we I'm on client side itself. I'm working for like one of manufacturing company in Riyadh. So my question is, like, can we handle this workload without involving any partner? Like as of now, there is one Indian company that is like Cloud4C. Maybe you know that one.
Okay. Yeah.
So they are like handling our workload, and
So
Alhamdulillah, we
you
have
have
like
outsourced to CloudForce.
exactly, and we have close to 16 members IT team.
Mhm.
In fact, more than 16 members. So we as client was thinking, can we manage this one? As my team members, we have SAP consultant, we have an infra guys, we have network guys. So is there any like
Definitely, you
any
can manage it. Okay, all your team should be upgraded, groomed. Okay, not
hmm,
specific to my content. You should explore more than what I'm saying, Javed. This is something like
hmm,
a strong foundation, but you
hmm,
can definitely handle it by yourself. Okay, instead of getting outsourced. So if you can able to do it, you'll have a great advantage with respect to your client, isn't it? With your
yeah. So there is no boundaries. There is no like it's not mandatory. This Cloud4C will manage anybody like can manage.
Anybody who are
Hmm,
skilled resources can definitely manage. You have to
hmm.
check what the services they are doing using Azure, right, Javed?
Yeah, Azure,
Okay,
yes.
so understand. I check with them what are services which they're using and what are their day-to-day activities. Okay, take note of
Hmm,
it, and
hmm.
then groom yourself according to those services, and then definitely you can do that. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
and
sure the regular services it will be VPC and all those Route 53, and I think so definitely EC2 storage. These are the common services. Okay, I think
yeah.
you if you can if you are anyways you're learning this AWS, right? The learning Azure will be the same, almost the user interface, the terminology changes,
Hmm,
Javed, but the
yeah.
concepts remain the same, isn't it?
Yes,
I hope you're
yeah.
understanding.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's right. That's
so
right.
once the conceptual knowledge you have it, anyways you're learning AWS, you can quickly learn Azure, and then you can catch up.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Sunil. Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot.
Thank you, Javed. What time for you now?
Its time is like 7:15 as of now.
Morning 7:50.
Yeah, we are coming out to office by
Oh my
6:20 and
God.
attending your session. Yeah.
You can attend from home, no?
Actually, my office is start by 7. That's why we are coming a bit early. Yeah.
Okay. You're
Uh,
enjoying learning from office then.
yeah, exactly.
Huh?
Actually, yeah.
You have a
Actually, this
privilege.
session, yeah. Actually, this session is very useful. That's why, like, me and many of my team members are coming and
So
attending this
parallelly,
training.
along with you, your friends are also attending. Your colleagues are also
Exactly,
attending. Okay.
exactly. And
And
actually, many other like countries, like I'm telling one name, like some of my friends are attending from Afghanistan also this training.
Afghanistan.
Actually,
Okay.
yes.
Good.
And actually, I work there. I work in UN there, and many
Okay.
banks for project implementation. So I have
Okay.
given their links. I told them better use it, and
Yeah.
maybe so that they will also get good knowledge.
We are still in day 11, Javed. The upcoming
Yeah,
services like identity and access management, how can we increase security, especially VPC? You will enjoy it because you are from system administration, Linux administration, network administration.
yeah.
We'll create our own virtual private clouds, and we'll create our own subnets. We'll create our own private IP definitions. We'll create our own components like internet gateways. So
Yeah,
you'll
yeah.
enjoy the upcoming sessions. Okay, Javed, please be regular. Okay.
And one more thing, Sunil, like how this DevOps will be like useful for us, because I don't know anything. Is it possible like 1 day or 2 days I can attend as
Yeah.
a demo, then after that I will pay the
Obviously, through
fees?
number after 1 hour, anyways, at 11 o'clock in India, we are starting DevOps. I hope you know that. Okay. Attend
Mm-hmm.
DevOps, understand what exactly DevOps is. At least you'll have an exposure, and then whether you can take the decision whether you want to continue it now or later, also you can do it. Okay.
Okay, okay,
But
thank you.
DevOps, you will have an exposure. Please attend a couple of sessions. Okay.
1 minute. Yeah,
Mhm. Convey my regards to your colleagues also. Javed.
yeah, Sunil. Actually, some of my friends are asking how we can pay the like bill, because we don't have PayPal here. Is it possible
Mhm.
you will share your account like
Yeah,
as we
I
have?
I have ICICI bank details. Okay, so
Yeah, I'll
is
ping
that
you
okay?
separately. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
No, I'll
I
share.
say,
No, so not. So don't ping me separately. I cannot respond separately. So because of issues, so I'll send ICICI bank details directly in our WhatsApp group. Okay,
that's fine.
you can make the payment to that ICICI bank and send the screenshot to our support email address. Okay,
Okay,
I hope you have
perfect.
our support email address, right?
Yes, I have mail ID.
So
Yeah.
you send the screenshot. Don't send the screenshot to me. Send the screenshot to support email address. Our backend team will share you the
Okay.
recordings right from day one. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you for
Sunil.
your
Thank you.
feedback and enjoy the remaining training also, Javed.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Sheikh Osama. I can see your hand raised, Sheikh Osama. We cannot hear you. Osama, we cannot hear you. Raushan Kumar. Raushan Kumar. Your volume is very, very low. We cannot hear you. Who is this? Rajesh Nekati. Rajesh Nekati.
Hello.
Yeah, Rajesh.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sunil.
Yes. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good,
Yeah.
Sunil. First of all, yeah, I would like to thank for the great
Thank you. Thank you.
efforts on this
Yes.
AWS learning.
Yeah. Your question.
Yeah, actually, I had a question I posted couple of days back. Okay. So currently I'm working for HP. I'm from Bangalore. So I'm into storage earlier. Now I'm working on HP predefined cloud
Products.
storage. Yeah, HP products.
Yep.
So now recently they acquired.
You're working in production support?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have a cloud kind of product called Synergy. So I can match the trainings that whatever you are explaining.
Oh, very good. Okay. Then it's good, Rajesh, rather than their own local clouds, better to go for branded clouds like AWS and Google for a better career, isn't it, Rajesh?
Exactly.
Huh?
That's what
because when you mention that you have experience in your HP local cloud, whatever you're naming, obviously that is not popular, isn't it? So other clients does not be much interested. The same experience you relate it to an AWS and the same use cases or the challenges what you have encountered, project it in a AWS. Okay, Rajesh, that's it. Okay, your interview will be cleared. Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's almost like the similar concept, so I can easily catch the
say
point
that I have these scenarios handled in AWS. That's it. Okay. The clients will be happy. You'll be into AWS. Okay. All the best for your future, and I recommend to DevOps also. It's
I'm joining that.
Yesterday there was some issue. I hope you know, Rajesh. 10 minutes was there, and then was a break because of network failures. But today we'll.
Yeah. No problem. It happens. Yeah. I'll join DevOps class as well. And I'm planning to make a payment and
no problem. That's not a problem. How many years of experience you're having?
I have around 7.5 years. So earlier, I mean, I'm into the product-based companies from beginning.
Okay.
Earlier, I worked for Barracuda Networks, then IBM Storage, then HP Storage. So finally, now I'm planning to.
So definitely, I hope you know AWS and all cloud is doing well, Rajesh.
Yes,
Okay, so
yes,
capture
yeah.
the market and then get into it. Okay,
Exactly.
once you get into AWS, there is no looking back for the next 10 years. Okay,
Yeah,
you'll have a better career and everything will be good.
Exactly. Even like few of my managers also moved to AWS Amazon now, so
Yeah.
they are into managing position.
Very good. So take the advantage of this booming market.
Yeah,
Okay, right now industry is booming. Okay, I hope you know that. Lot of opportunities going on.
Yeah, even they are having more openings now. I mean, so they are asking.
You can use references also. Okay.
Exactly.
Just acquire the skills, Rajesh. Everything will be smooth.
Sure. Sunil.
How is your learning experience?
Yeah, it's really great. Yeah, every day. I mean, during my 1 hour, I'll get to know a lot of things. Okay.
So prepare every day 1 hour. You prepare a timetable 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. It's AWS. Okay, fix it.
Yeah, I fix it, and also 1 hour I'll fix it for
practice.
Demo. Yeah, practice. So whatever we learn, right? I have created AWS account. I started practice.
Okay. Yes. Any technical question?
Currently, no. I mean, I can understand like you are explaining in detail about it. So yeah. Thank you so much, Sunil.
Yeah, thank you very much, and I hope you'll enjoy the remaining sessions also.
Yes.
Thank you. The next service what I have to discuss is about IAM, Identity and Access Management, which is important, my dear friends. We have discussed EC2, we have completed S3, and now we have next service is about Identity and Access Management, which is very, very important. I want to give introduction to Identity and Access Management but we have only 10 minutes for this today's session. I don't want to start IAM today. We will be starting Identity and Access Management tomorrow. Please don't join late. The first 10 minutes is very, very important, because once we start with Identity and Access Management, if you miss the beginning, you will not feel satisfied. So please do not miss the beginning. So Identity and Access Management will start from tomorrow. We'll discuss about terminologies called what do you mean by IAM users. We'll discuss about what do you mean by IAM groups. So we will discuss about what do you mean by policies. We'll discuss about what do you mean by rules. These are the 4 important terminologies you should be familiar with. You should know about what is the difference with what do you mean by IAM user, what is a group, what is policy, what is roles, and what is the importance of all this, where exactly Identity and Access Management is used in the real time. So that's our upcoming classes. That's a plan for tomorrow's session. So before ending, let's have one more interaction. .g Aheto. How are you doing, .g? You are allowed to unmute and talk. Hello?
Hello?
We can hear you, .g.
Okay, it means since yesterday I'm raising my hand, but you can't call me.
Okay.
Yes. I was referred by friends that they call Akil.
Sorry?
So, yeah, I referred by a friend whose name is Akil.
Okay, you are referred by your friend, Mr. Akil. Oh,
yes,
okay.
Akil. So I joined the class, but sometimes I miss the class, and I love it. So I don't know how to get paid, and I need a record.
You're from which location?
I'm from Washington, US.
We have already shared the PayPal link in the WhatsApp group.
Oh, WhatsApp group?
Are you in the WhatsApp group?
No, I tried to join the WhatsApp group, but it didn't put me anyone.
Okay. .g, what I'll do, I'll create a new WhatsApp group. Okay, because there's a lot of all the groups are full. I'll be creating a new WhatsApp group, and I'll be sharing the WhatsApp group link in the chat box. Please join the WhatsApp group of this particular batch so that you can get the updates. And in the same group, I'll share you the payment link, the PayPal link, using which you can proceed and complete the transaction.
Okay, he's talking about the DevOps too. I think is very important. So after the AWS, I will join the DevOps class too.
Welcome, you're welcome. How is your learning experience?
Very, very clear. I love it. The way you do is you make it easy to understand.
Thank you, .g. How many years of experience you're having?
No, really, I don't have any years of experience. I do the networking about 3 years right now in networking. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for joining, and I hope you will enjoy the rest of the training also, Dr.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr.
Mhm.
Thank you all. Let's end for the day. See you tomorrow, where we'll start with identity and access management. Do not miss. Thank you.